Right then guys, so it's a super spooky, eerie, misty morning and we're at the winery and we don't care about all of that because we've got a bit of a rush this morning. We are doing something super cool. We're going down to the vines and we are planting in some old ones, some new ones where some have died out and we've got some holes. And yeah, let's go get it. So I've got 15 minutes to get all of this here in the car and get onto the winery. Absolutely no idea how I'm going to do it. Wish me luck. So incredibly, we managed to get everything in the car and we're only going to be 5 minutes late. Right then, let's go. So here we are, we're on the vines, ready to get planting. So Pierre's behind us in the tractor, you can see over there. Basically what he's doing first is he's going through, and where we've got all of the spaces, all of the gaps, he's basically going through and he's digging a hole. And that looks a bit like this. So as you can see that he's gone in and he's broken up all of the earth there, dug down and created a hole. And basically what we're doing is we're not digging a hole and then putting a vine in each one as we dig the holes. We're going to dig all of the holes. Then behind, I'm going to go and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little mound of earth, basically by filling the hole back in weirdly with nice fine soil. You can see here, look, I've already done one. I've created a little mound of earth, but basically that mound of fine soil becomes the where we're going to plant the vine. So we're going to dig all the holes, fill them back in with fine soil, creating a little mound. Then we're going to go back in, and in each of those mounds, almost like you're planting stuff in your garden or whatever, in the really fine soil, it's really easy. Just insert the vine, tuck, 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 tuck. We're going to be putting the compost in the mound of earth. So you can see here, got my little bucket of compost there. So organic compost, point is we just need the vine to get started and start shooting. So yeah, best to kind of mix the compost in as well. And we should be out of here pretty quickly. Guys, I'm exhausted. It's 2 p.m. I've been here since 8. You can see the fog's cleared up. But basically I feel like I'm getting somewhere now. Almost got through the whole of Les Valades with the first task, which is the hardest one. Basically what I've been doing is after Pierre went and dug the holes with the machine, I've been preparing the holes for planting. Basically, what that means is that you just need to put some fertilizer in there and then actually cover it back up with loose soil, and we plant the vines in the loose soil. So yeah, let's take a look. Here's one that I've got on the go right now. So you can see there, that's where Pierre made the hole. So I need to scrape that out a bit and then get some of this fertilizer in there. So yeah, once the hole's been dug out a bit more like that, you can see some of the more humid earth. Basically get about this much fertilizer, very scientific method. But basically the idea is that the fertilizer is going to help the vines start growing despite all of the competition from all of this grass and the other vines and stuff. So really simple, just basically chuck it in the bottom of the hole like that. And now we're going to cover it up. We've created now a little mound of earth, so not very high, but just high enough really, for now that we're going to go and plant the young vines in it. So yeah, like I said, ploughing on really. I've got something like maybe 15, 20 left to do. So it's a big job, it's very physical. But once that's done, the actual planting itself is pretty simple. I actually just did one earlier to show you, so let's go and take a look at that. So here's that vine I was telling you about that we planted. So as you can see, there's the little mound of earth that we made. There's all the fertilizer and stuff in the hole. There's the vine next to it. There's the vine the other side of it. Yeah, what we do, as you can see, so that middle bit there is the vine itself. It's got like a red wax paraffin at the top, which is normal. That's what preserves it. Then either side, we've got 2 wooden stakes, and those wooden stakes are basically going to protect it for when the tractor comes through. So yeah, core idea is to do that across the whole vineyard. And then if we need to, later in the week, depending on whether there's going to be any rain or not, we need to go and water them as well, so they don't all die off straight away. I've just finished and it's an unbelievable feeling. But yeah, let's go and have a look a little bit at the work that I have done. There we go, our little baby vine, still in the red paraffin wax, protected by the 2 acacia stakes there. There's another one here. Yeah, looking good, so really happy. So yeah, basically, like I was saying, the whole vineyard, I did that. It's thousands and thousands and thousands of vines in total, and about, I think we had to do 100. So yeah, hard work. Just before we wrap up, one of the things that I realized I haven't mentioned is why we do this. Basically, I think the thing that interests me the most about this is the fact that you have a vineyard with loads of vines of different ages. So we have, older vines, we have medium-aged vines, we have younger vines. And I think that that's something that's really nice because, as I've explained, a few times, old and young vines, they don't produce the same things, they don't give the same characteristics. So if you've got a big mix in a vineyard, then I think that can only be a good thing. It can only make for more interesting wines. So yeah, so we're just going to keep repeating this every year, replacing what's died with new younger vines. And yeah, in the long run, I think it's going to be definitely the best decision. I think this is also like quite a big moment, seeing the vineyard like this with all those shiny new stakes and the red paraffin wax, because last year was all about really almost like saving what we could in the vineyards, almost making up for the few years that it was abandoned, seeing what was happening, doing everything that we could to produce a tiny amount of grapes. Whereas now it really feels like the first step, or one of the first steps along like a true restoration. So, actually, improving it, not just kind of getting it back on its feet, getting it moving again, but actually taking it in a really interesting long-term direction. So it's like really visual when you see that. Just walking around here, I can see them all really obviously, those shiny stakes and the shiny vines between them. So it's really, really powerful. But yeah, what next from here? So a couple of days time, I'm going to come back and water them. They need to be watered, otherwise they'll die. Then we'll have to keep watering them over the summer. And then we can't harvest anything from them for 3 years. That is a rule, but also it's a good thing to do, because when the vine is young, it doesn't really have much energy, and you need it to focus all of its energy on growing a really good root system and growing a really strong wood that in the future will allow you to produce grapes. If you make it produce grapes in the first 3 years, well, then it'll focus its energy on those and not on the wood, not on the root system. So it is a painful thing, because you have to spend 3 years, looking after them for nothing. But after that, what you get is much better and much more resilient in the long run. So yeah, 3 years watering, looking after these little babies, for them eventually to come into production after that. Right then guys, see you later. Bye-bye.